Steve the Builder.
And I'm Terry the Contractor.
And we got the best music here on AM 1300.
Thanks
Yeah.
to Vince.
Vince.
Go,
awesome. Vince. Vince doesn't like to talk a lot, but he's got a lot of hand gestures he uses. Yeah, listen to that. Boom, boom.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
That's it. I want to go dancing tonight.
All right.
All right.
Hey, we had some fun last night.
That's true. We went out and saw the Total Recall movie last night. I would recommend that. Kept me on the edge because I never saw the first Total Recall.
I know. I couldn't believe you hadn't seen it. I actually own it, and we have never watched it, but it is amazing and gripping throughout. I mean, Steve was holding my hand and squeezing it the whole time.
Well, yeah, and it's not, it's not a fear thing. Is that I hold her hand or I'll put my hand on her knee, and I move to the action, you know, and I grip and I move. And
whenever he tenses up, he just would. And it was a intense.
That bruise will probably go away in a week or two. But anyways, you're listening to Our House Radio with Steve the Builder.
And Terry the Contractor.
We are your hometown builders. We are your builders of faith. And with that, we always like to say we'd like to invite you to come to our church, Faith Fellowship. We're located down in Melbourne, just a little bit south of the Pineda Causeway on Business Center Boulevard. And we have Pastor Jeff Hoy and we have Pastor Ann Hoy. We have a great contemporary service, and we have one of the best messages. Well, it's the message of good news every week. We have a great program for the youth, and Terry and I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade Sunday school, and we'd be honored to have you come out and check us out.
And bring your teenagers.
Bring your teenagers.
They're always in need of a good word, and Steve and I keep it interesting. We actually have a very good class, and it changes out every year with students graduating or coming in because they're going to be 6th graders, but we'll start.
Those 6th graders are really interesting, and by
they
the time
grow up so much from 6th to 8th. I'm always amazed.
They do. And this week's lesson, if you are wanting to come out, and if you're an adult, you can set in. It's going to be explaining why creation took 6 days, and how 6 days of creation and 6 days of 500 billion years actually works out to be the same thing. It's a matter of perspective. So I'm going to teach you why science and the Bible are right in sync, but you don't always look at it from God's perspective. You're looking at it from man's perspective. So if you want to know why 6 days of creation is the same as 500 billion years, I'm going to tell you this week. So anyways, come on out, and I guarantee you'll believe it when I get done. So anyways, back to building, which is something that we really know more about. The Bible is truly a big mystery. But give us a call here at 631-1300, 631-1300. We'd love to hear from you, your comments, your questions. If you got a business out there you'd like to promote, if you're a real estate agent and you'd like to have your open house promoted, we'd love to hear from you. Terry's also a realtor, and we'd like to tell you a little bit about that because besides being custom home builders, we can also list your properties. You can find you a temporary house while we're tearing your house apart and rebuilding you a new one.
Or we can help you find a beautiful property, a lot, and I can do all of that for you. And then Steve and I are also in-house design builders. So we take everything from A to Z for your building project.
So just give us a call at the office at 321-784-5009, and we can help you with all of those concerns. Terry works with Durrich Realty. Judy is the broker up there in Cocoa Beach. Nice place, Cocoa Beach. I think probably one of the best place in all of Brevard.
It's paradise.
It is paradise. Every morning I do 3 pictures from the ocean where we live, and I put them on my Facebook. And hey, go to Facebook and like us at Anderson Custom Creations. We'd like to get more likes, and it's a good, during the day I'm always posting what we're doing, if people are installing granite countertops, if workers are putting pavers in, if guys are on the roof, trusses are flying through the air.
Yes.
It's always it's a history, and we were talking about that last night, that they've got Ancestry.com and all these things to check your ancestors out. Well, probably from the 20th century forward, it's not going to be that difficult to check anybody out that was in your family anymore.
That's right. We were saying like 200 years from now, our descendants will go back and your descendants will go back and be able to see so much more than tattered, worn, handwritten pieces of paper and documents. Everything will be available to them.
It's hard to get paper anymore. I mean, almost everyone, all the bank statements are paperless now, and all of this is paperless, and you can't even get a paper bag at Publix unless you ask for it.
At least they're giving us the option, but I do see it moving to more and more paperless.
Yeah, but that Total Recall movie, it was sort of futuristic and neat, and it showed a lot of stuff. So we recommend to go see that. We haven't got to see the Batman movie yet, so but we did like Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yes. And then what was the one we saw before that we thought was exceptionally good that we had seen? I don't know.
I don't know. We love action adventures.
Yeah,
so
we're
going
to have to talk to John Harper here, the station owner and operator, about being able to do not the man about town, maybe the builder about town, and where we can come in and do like a little restaurant review each week and a movie review and something. But anyways, we were talking about remodeling, and in remodeling, we've done some major projects where we've taken homes and we've added 3,000 square foot, we've added 2,000 square foot, and it's hard for me to do a remodeling job on some houses that have 8-foot ceilings, and no matter what I'm going to do, it's just going to be a really nice old house.
Yeah.
So, but we do that,
And we understand that. Some people just cannot move. They're just going to have to make the space livable and attractive because they're going to be there for a while.
Well, that's it. And I can't get into fixing all the things that need to be done because in today's market, there's two concerns that we really have here in Florida. Number one, how strong is the house? Is it hurricane proof? Is it tornado resistant, and how energy efficient is it, and sustainability. I'm tongue tied and dyslexic. It's amazing I made any money at all. But I'm in some good company out there too. So yeah, and that's what I want to talk about a little bit today is when people come to us and they ask us about energy efficiency in the home, what's the number one thing that you can do, or where do I start when I try to consider what factors I'm going to figure out for energy efficiency? And do you know what the first thing I normally always ask people is, or what?
As far as their energy efficiency, I think maybe windows.
Well, actually, the very first thing we start with is acclimation. Does the house face due east? See, our condo faces, or our back faces, but we have thousands of feet of glass. No, hundreds of feet of glass. So that's the thing, acclimation, whether your house is going to face east or west, those are the two questions. And then depending, condos are different, than houses, obviously, because then if it's facing east and the back is in, the back would be facing west, and then that sanctuary area, that pool area, then you have blinding sun when it's setting, and so these are the things to do. So if I can't get away from a direct east exposure or a west exposure, you have morning sun. These are the first things that we look at. Then because if it's facing north or south, then we can think about what's going to happen. Are there large trees on the lot? So once we figure out the acclimation, because sometimes you can move the house a little bit, or I'll consider putting a bigger porch on the front, or less windows on the front, or something, just depending on whether that's that due east. But then that comes to the window part of the home, because what we were talking about earlier is that you no longer can use any single paned glass in Florida. You have to have a minimum of insulated. Well, insulated is good, but insulated clear glass is like a magnifying glass.
Yes.
Right. And so when it's facing due east or west and you're picking up the evening sun, Those are the old days when we used to wash your carpet out. You'd have a lighter spot. So now they make tinted glass. You can get gray tinted, bronze tinted. You can get almost any color. You can get blue glass. You can